Hi, my name is Shaina Bilal. I'm from Saratoga, California, and I am 17 years old. I was diagnosed with polyarticular juvenile idiopathic arthritis when I was about 10 years old. It took about a year and a half for me to get diagnosed. Juvenile arthritis is it's something that not a lot of people know about. Like at first when I brought it up, people were like, oh, kids get arthritis, and it is something that happens, but people don't know about it. And the only way for people to bring awareness to it is just to talk about it. So I think you can advocate in any way you can.
My name is Dagny Porter, and I am a 17-year-old student athlete with juvenile arthritis. I was diagnosed about 4 years ago at the age of 13 after a series of doctor's appointments, x-rays, MRIs, anything they could possibly think of to figure out what was going on when we thought I had a long-term knee injury.
I'm Ella Chintagunta. I'm 17 and I'm going to be a rising senior in high school. I live near Chicago, Illinois, and I got diagnosed with polyarticular juvenile arthritis when I was 13.
My name is Macy Code. I am 13 years old and I'm going into 8th grade this year. I'm from Granite Bay, California, and I was diagnosed with JA when I was 18 months old. When I'm in my flares, it makes it harder to do normal everyday activities like walking, and it sometimes takes away my ability to do other activities such as sports.
Hi, my name is Lorenzo Di Desidero. I'm 17 years old and going to my senior year of high school. I live in New York and was diagnosed with arthritis when I was 11 years old. I'm a junior ambassador, and I've been participating in advocacy since my freshman year. At times, arthritis has been difficult for me to manage. I spent one summer stuck in a wheelchair with a cane.
My name is Maya Masurlian. I'm 17 years old and I'm from Denver, Colorado. When I was 11 years old, I was diagnosed with a rare form of arthritis called chronic recurrent multifocal osteomyelitis, or CRMO for short. It was pretty scary when I was first diagnosed because I barely could pronounce the name of my diagnosis, so how was I supposed to handle with living with it? And also only 1 in a million people have the same condition that I do, so I didn't know anybody else going through it and I had no idea what my experience was going to be like. But I was pretty easily able to overcome that initial fear by getting involved with the Arthritis Foundation because I was able to go to camps and retreats and the Walk to Cure Arthritis and the Jingle Bell Run and meet people just like me, even with my same exact diagnosis.
Advocating for arthritis since I became involved with it has become a very important part of my life and something I'm very passionate about.
I would say meeting with your legislators is a one-of-a-kind experience, and it is very interesting because you know that by talking with your legislators, you could be making a difference in your life and somebody else's life who needs it.
My favorite projects I've worked on are probably the videos I make either for events like this or videos where I share my story with my members of Congress. I also really enjoy learning about different bills that the Arthritis Foundation is involved in, including step therapy, trying to get more people to become pediatric rheumatologists, and insurance issues.
It sucks to have arthritis, but advocating has helped me. I encourage everyone to take action and get involved. People have questions about JA, but answering them will help improve awareness.
I started with an advocacy day in my state capital, just one day that I committed to where we went down and we advocated with state legislators about a bill to ban step therapy within my state. And that was a really rewarding experience, and it really helped me understand how important advocating for people with arthritis like myself was to me and what aspects of it I cared about so much.
Last year, I got the opportunity to go to the Capitol to talk to some of our state legislators about our step therapy reform bill. It was a really incredible experience to kind of see a bunch of people who really can make a change, have an effect on people like me. For advocacy projects, I personally, when I was unable to play sports because of my physical state, I kind of turned to music and I started writing songs. So I've been writing songs kind of about my experiences. It's kind of just little stories I share, and all the proceeds I donate to the Arthritis Foundation.
I was first introduced to advocacy when I was 14 years old and I got involved with the Junior Ambassador program, and I was able to fly all the way to DC and meet with my elected officials, which was an amazing experience because I got to share my story and tell them about bills that are in Congress that help kids just like me have access to healthcare and medicine and doctors, and I could really feel my impact and really feel like I was making change around me, which was an amazing experience.
If any of you are interested in advocating, I would strongly urge for it, because it's so easy to think like everything's like down on me, like so easy to think negatively, and you really shouldn't be, because I think every single one of us are in a place where we can make a difference. Like, if you have a voice, you can use it to speak out for those who don't.
My advice to anybody that is newly diagnosed or that wants to get involved with advocacy is that you should totally do it, because it has been the best decision of my life. It's not only helped me learn more about my condition and feel more comfortable with my condition and my experience, but it's given me life skills like being able to speak up for myself and gain a lot of confidence and have a lot of knowledge of how politics work, which is pretty cool.
Do not feel afraid to talk about your arthritis. Sharing your story can make a difference. I have become a junior ambassador and have been able to help myself as well as my arthritis community.
I would recommend to anyone who's looking to get involved, any young people looking to get involved, that the Junior Ambassador Program is a great way to start. It can really help you understand what aspects of advocacy are important to you, how you want to advocate, how involved you want to become.
If you're getting into advocacy, I would just make sure that you are comfortable talking about your experience and diagnosis with arthritis, as well as other medicine and care-related topics with strangers, adults, and other people that you don't know.
To become involved with advocacy, you really have to have a positive attitude and be willing to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to expose yourself to the world, but know you are making such a big difference. I've loved doing it because I get to share my struggles with the world and know so that everyone knows that kids can get arthritis too, and we are all warriors. Everything I do is because I want to change people's perceptions. And I also am very passionate in becoming a pediatric rheumatologist myself.
Take advantage of the opportunity to not only advocate for others, but become part of a community. Become part of the arthritis community. Becoming part of that community, to me, was life-changing. I've gained so much from that, and it's really steered the course of my life the last couple of years.